Another wonderful Wednesday. Good morning, everyone.
It's time to wake up Nigeria. You know what it is when it's 7 a.m. We are coming to you live right now on TVC Connect, and I'm Yomi Owope.
My name is Titilayo Oyinson. Remember, we're streaming live on tvcontinental.tv and on Facebook. You need to look us up on TVC Connect. Your comments need to be hashtagged. It's very, very important you use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria.
Well, it's a beautiful Wednesday morning, and you know how it is. It's the middle of the week.
Already.
And this is when it gets really busy.
It's flying
and then
by.
peters down.
It's just flying by.
Yes, it is.
And we want to welcome you to another exciting episode. Now, when it comes to breakfast shows, this is the only show. There's no other show to watch.
Yes, it is.
There's none.
It's Wake Up Nigeria, and our aim is to please you as we come to your TV screens 7 a.m. every day.
It's a potpourri of exciting content. And, well, Yomi,
it's always
whenever
a pleasure.
Beyonce is around, I have an extra reason to smile, you know.
Beyonce is right here.
Wow.
All right.
This is really interesting.
And he's with MM. Hi, MM.
Hi, Yomi.
Hey.
Good morning.
So you
good
guys
morning.
are,
Good morning.
working up something.
Yes,
All smiles.
apparently.
I'm
Beyonce
loving your
has
natural hair this morning.
Thank you. I'm loving
Loving
it myself. I mean, I've always been told to rock it. I mean, own it. So yeah, I'm owning it today on the show.
All right, so we're going to go straight to the highlights this morning and give you a sneak peek of all the good stuff that we have in store for you this morning. Praise for Wowe is joining us. He's back with us to talk about the different personalities that differentiate our kids and make them unique individuals. Now, D-Tone Martins also has a musical performance for us. And yeah, that's D-Tone Martins there.
Yeah, okay.
And then, of course, we're going to be equipping our children on knowledge and, of course, knowledge awareness and staying safe at all times. We've got a feature for you that will be very handy for parents.
Yemi Shodimu is a household name when it comes to being a veteran actor, and we'll be having him on the show for a chat. Uche will be showing us a thing or two on how best we can take care of our skin, and finally, the guy who revolutionized the art of DJing in Nigeria. You all know him as DJ Jimmy Jet.
The one and only legendary.
He will be joining us as well.
Yes, he will. It's going to be an interesting show today, Titi.
It promises to be amazing.
Yep.
But you know how we start. At the top of the hour, we have to make sure we get you the news update. Blessing Idahosa is on standby just for that. The news at this hour. The Academic Staff Union of Universities shunned the meeting with the federal government scheduled to discuss its 16-day-old strike. Labour and Employment Minister Chris Ngige attended the meeting with the Minister of Education Adamu Adamu and the General Secretary of the Nigerian Labour Congress, Peter Ozo Eson. ASU's decision might be connected with a vow by its president, Biodun Ogunyemi, that nobody from the union would attend Tuesday's meeting until the government replies to a proposal the union submitted. Well, the U.S. will be selling to Nigeria 12 Super Tucano A-29 planes and weapons worth $593 million needed for the fight against the militant group Boko Haram. The sale, which includes thousands of bombs and rockets, was originally agreed to by former President Barack Obama's administration. The deal was delayed after incidents, including the Nigerian Air Force's bombing of a refugee camp in January that killed 90 to 170 civilians. But now President Donald Trump says he plans to proceed with foreign defense sales delayed under Obama by human rights concerns. Or these contracts will require the U.S. government or private contractors to provide training and support, and will include instruction on rules of engagement and human rights to help prevent civilian casualties. The Buhari government is reaching out to the United States in the prompt repatriation of stolen funds. Nigeria wants Washington to step up assistance in ensuring that corrupt officials don't get a haven abroad for their loots. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo said this during the visit of a U.S. congressional delegation to the presidential villa in Abuja. Senator Christopher Coons, who led the delegation, said the visit was to reaffirm the United States' enduring relationship with Nigeria. Meanwhile, the Lagos State government says it will arraign the suspected kidnapper Evans today before Justice Hakeem Oshodi of the Lagos High Court sitting in Ikeja. Evans and 15 of his gang members will be facing 14 cases in Lagos and Edo states, carrying 52 charges of multiple murder, unlawful possession of ammunition, among others. One of the cases is the kidnap of Donatus Dunu, who was abducted in Ilupeju, Lagos, and the sum of $418,000 paid for his eventual release. The Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice Adeniji Kazim is expected to lead the prosecution. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC) says it has reshuffled the management staff of some units of the corporation. Spokesman Ndu Ugamadu says 55 management staff were affected in the exercise. Ugamadu says the group managing director of the NNPC, Maikanti Baru, had told staff that the new appointments would help position the corporation for the challenges ahead and fill the gaps created due to retirements. And as the news we're following for the hour, we'll now bring you the day's weather forecast.
All right, so we're going straight to the sports update.
Yes,
and Super Mike is here. I think the guys from Sunday, I mean the Arsenal guys from Sunday, are now beginning. It's beginning to settle in their minds.
It is.
They're beginning to simmer down and have hope for the future.
Yeah, it's reality is dawning on them. As days go by, it will dawn more. Thank you. All right, good morning. I am Mike Mesikenor, and this is Sports Update. Nigeria's Super Eagles have observed their first training session as the team's camp opened in Uyo ahead of their 2018 FIFA World Cup qualifier against Cameroon. 22 players were involved in the training session at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium in Uyo. The only player left to join the group is Shehu Abdullahi, who will be joining from Cyprus. Leading the qualifying group with 6 points, the Super Eagles take on the indomitable Lions on Friday, and the return leg holds on Monday in Yaoundé. Now, Cameroon are 4 points behind Nigeria in second place, while Zambia and Algeria have 1 point each. Captain of the Super Eagles, John Mikel Obi, says he is delighted to return to the team after recovering from injury. Mikel Obi last played for the country last November when Nigeria defeated Algeria 3-1 in Uyo in a World Cup qualifier. The Eagles appear to have struggled in Mikel Obi's absence, with Nigeria losing 2-0 at home to South Africa for the first time in a competitive game. In his absence, Ogenyi Onazi stood in as captain, and Leicester City ace Wilfred Ndidi started for the Eagles. Eagles coach Gernot Rohr admitted the team missed the experienced midfielder. I mean, I never thought a day would come when we would say we would miss Mikel Obi like that much. Seriously, his experience now, we missed it in that match. I mean, South Africa, we always beat those guys, but then they defeated us at home here, right here.
And that's happening a lot nowadays. I don't know what's going on.
So we're going up against Cameroon, the African champions, on Friday. Let's hope that he gets back. The Indomitable Lions.
Wow.
All right. The Nigerian Football Federation, NFF, says it's yet to receive communication from the Cameroon Football Federation, FECAFOOT, on the arrival of Indomitable Lions. Nigeria play Cameroon on Friday in Uyo, but the African champions have kept their travel plans away from the hosts. The officials for the match have already arrived the country ahead of the game. Earlier reports had indicated the Indomitable Lions are expected in Nigeria today. The Cameroonian camp opened for the doubleheader on Monday in Yaoundé, with goalkeeper Andre Onana missing. The Ajax goalkeeper says he is no longer interested in playing for the Lions. And then on to tennis. Nigeria's tennis prodigy Marylove Edwards hopes her stint at the Nick Bollettieri Tennis Academy in the United States will boost her hopes of emulating Serena Williams as top seed. Edwards is the Nigerian champion for under 14, who reached the finals of the CBN Open Senior Tennis Championship just 2 months ago. She also played for the CBN Futures tennis team in the ongoing Nigeria Tennis League. She has represented Nigeria in several African Junior Circuit championships. The 12-year-old has always nursed the ambition to emulate Serena Williams. And then, of course, Maria Sharapova made an impressive return to Grand Slam action by knocking out world number 2 Simona Halep at the US Open. The Russian won 6-4, 4-6, 6-3 in front of a sellout night session crowd of 24,000 people in New York. Sharapova was playing her first Grand Slam match since serving a 15-month doping suspension. The 2006 champion and former world #1 needed a wild card to enter the main draw as she is ranked 146th. Sharapova goes on to face Hungary's Timea Babos, the world number 59, in round 2 today. In other games, two-time champion Venus Williams was pushed all the way by world number 135, Victoria Kuzmova, before reaching the second round of the US Open. The 37-year-old American took her second match point on teenager Kuzmova serve to win 6-3, 3-6, 6-2. Williams has 7 Grand Slam singles titles, while Kuzmova was making her main draw debut at tour level. Meanwhile, two-time finalist Caroline Wozniacki beat Mihaela Buzămescu 6-1, 7-5 to reach round 2. The Dane will face Russian Ekaterina Makarova next. Britain's Johanna Konta suffered a shock first-round defeat against unseeded Serb Alexandra Krunic. All right, and that's it on tennis. You know, something quite interesting, Venus at 37 defeating a teenager.
It's
strange
things happening.
It goes to buttress Titi's point, experience over youth.
Exactly, exactly. And I'm loving the fact that Sharapova is back.
Yeah, I do.
I love second chances, and
that's it. That's exactly what I would say. Second chance. I love when people have a chance to prove themselves another time. Yeah. Get one. All right, that's it on sports. The bomb of the dynamite. What do we have up next? Papers, right?
Yeah, the papers.
Yes, we do have the papers. Thank you so much, Mike. Right. And we're going straight to the newspaper headlines this morning, and starting with The Guardian. Oil marketers threaten mass sack over 720 billion naira subsidy arrears. And then stakeholders seek incentives for private refineries. That's the cover of The Guardian. And then no meeting, act on our demands, ASU tells government. And then government union to meet Thursday, says Ngige. And then a couple of other stories here on the cover of The Guardian. Suspension of quick notice not real, says Southern leaders. Again, gunmen abduct 11 passengers in Rivers State. Evans to be arraigned in court today. So that's it on the cover of The Guardian this morning. Titi?
Yeah, on the cover of The Nation, we have the headline, ASU gives government 6 new conditions to end strike. The demands include things to do with salaries, TSA, IGR, and so much more. Right there on the cover of The Nation. FEC to discuss the union's terms today. Ajimobi can't stop me from being Olubadan, says Ladoja. That's right there at the top. You can find out more on page 40. Shake up as NNPC moves 55 top officials. That's on page 4. Police to arraign kidnapped kingpin Evans today. You mentioned that in the other paper as well. There's a really troubling image of 2 American soldiers carrying an aged lady in Texas, most likely after rescuing her and other residents in Pine Forest Village in Texas, as Nigerians in Texas relive Hurricane Harvey ordeal. You can find out more about that in The Nation.
All right, and then on the cover of the Vanguard, we've got federal governments are already restructuring Nigeria. That's from the Minister of Information, Lai Mohammed, says community policing is part of the process. It's all lies, says Afenifere, Junaid Mohammed. And then Lai Mohammed spoke tongue-in-cheek from Tanko Yakasai. And then new police commissioner appointed for Lagos. And then why sponsors of Igbo quit notice were not arrested. You can find that story on page 8 of the Vanguard. And Kanu, Junaid Idoma, thief groups want his rearrest through court. And then Access Bank redeems $350 million Eurobond. And then major shakeup in NNPC, 55 top officials redeployed. That's all on the cover of the Vanguard.
Okay, so the Daily Sun says, Evans lands in court. Police arraign suspected billionaire kidnapper for murder, armed robbery in Lagos today. Big image of rescue workers at the site of a collapsed 3-story building near Alaba International Market in Lagos yesterday. That's a sad one. Total shutdown in universities imminent. They say you can read more about that on page 10 as admission and others at risk as other, people decide to vote to join the strike. Kanu's arrest will increase Buhari's headache, says the Pan-Igbo group. That's on page 38. Our coup against Jonathan plotted in Sokoto, says Amechi, as the minister reveals how he and others planned the ex-president's ouster. That's on page 10 of the Daily Sun.
All right.
And that's it on the headlines for now. For Aerobics, we have Tony on standby with Mike.
Okay, good morning. It's time to get to work. And of course, the extra over ginger instructor, Tony, is here with me, and he is a lot of fun. Tony, good morning.
Morning.
I like your shirt.
Thank you very much.
Fitness is
sexy.
I didn't say that. It didn't come from me. So what are we doing today?
The backside are in trouble. No yama excuses this morning.
Okay, but then you have a ball here.
Yes,
this is like 10 kg?
Yes, it's 10 kg.
Wow, it's actually very heavy. It looks like a basketball.
But it's
no,
not,
don't worry. It's actually quite very heavy. 10 kg.
You know why I have this?
Okay.
I would have brought the physio ball. You know those big balls?
Yeah, the big ones. But
there was no way to bring it in.
Okay.
I had to just think, and I brought my medicine ball because it will be used in place of it.
All right.
But the backside, they are in trouble.
Wow.
From all directions. Then the heart rate will go up this morning.
I can't wait. Okay? Tony, take it away.
Okay. No problem. Okay. You should know what we do every morning. Wake up, Nigeria. Hey, Titi, wake up. BC, wake up. OC, I see you this morning. GOC Steve, wake up. The warm-up is done. Backside. Quickly. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do the same thing to the other leg. Let's go. 7, 6, 5, 4. Okay, you see the way I'm saying? Knee never goes in front of your toe. And you stay upright. Make sure your cores are strong. So, let's play a little bit of blood. Try to do this 2 to 3 times, then let's get into the main workout. I said the backside are in trouble. So we're going to be doing a bridge. Yeah, my mom is in the house. Don't be afraid. Start doing this for me. This is a bridge. It's going to be a single leg hip rise. Now just do this for me. Make sure you are squeezing. They say gluteus. We say nyash in Nigeria. Depending on the state where you're from. Just make sure it's what? It's squeezed. Up, down, up. And for those that like extra challenges, that's why I have this here. Place your leg on the ball, on the medicine ball, raise one leg, down, squeeze, make sure. There's a lot happening on my right leg. Your core should be strong. Keep squeezing. Make sure the other aspect, the other leg is taken care of. The same thing, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Still back to modification. Just lie down, up, down, up, down. And because I said we're going to be taking care of the backside from all directions. Okay, we're going to be doing this fire hydrant. This is the fire hydrant. Just try. Stay this way. Make sure the leg is a little bit, horizontal to your body. And wait. And let's start counting. 1, 2. If it is getting so difficult, bend your knee. Just bend your knee. Keep the count going. Make sure your arm is tight. Always make sure you're feeling it. I have 2 legs. Definitely the other leg must take part of this whole shock. The shock must come there. Take it up. Just keep counting. keep counting. If it's getting so difficult, drop the leg, shake a little bit. And if you want to modify, bend the knee and raise it up. Try to balance the body. Try to balance the body. It looks funny, but I believe in you because I know you can do it. I said we're going to take the heart rate up a little bit. I want to dance my belly dance. You see, that is my belly dance. Try and emulate what I'm doing. Start counting to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. I cannot dance. I can't even do this. Start doing this. Definitely, you tell me, man, that the Bluetooth, oh my God. There's a lot of pain burning around my body, but it's a good feeling. But you know what will happen? Before we go, I'm going to show you how to open a book. Sit on this back side. Imagine yourself, there's a ₦1 note in between, you know that bonbon, just in between. Just lie down this way. So probably, I want you to see what is happening here. You know what you do for me? Just try get into a side plank. I said we're going to open the book. Open. See that squeeze? There's a squeeze here. See, too tight. Open. Open. Make sure you are trying to feel what is happening here. Open. 10. 9. 8. Make sure your obliques are so tight also. You're getting a lot of benefits here. There's see some aspect of the core taken care of. I don't leave until I balance the whole place. Okay, I just did this. Okay. I hope I am being seen. Okay, I said get into it. Up, down, and you could just finish with the mountain climber. Climb that mountain. On that booty, on that knife. Climb it. Climb it. If you're tired, you can do this. Don't always forget, rest and walk. They enter themselves, they are synergies, you know. Okay, they try.
You know what happens now? There's something quite interesting. Now, there's something you said, right? If you are an aficionado of the greatest series ever, you know, when you said bend the knee, I know you get freaked out. I know TT would actually, but then let's just leave that one. That's all we can take today. So, but at the end, what does this do? What does this do?
Maybe when you go home, just try it and email me. It kills a lot of the fat that we have around it. You know, the largest muscle group, they are found where? This is the thigh, the leg. And this muscle can accommodate so much.
That means a lot of ladies might not want to do this because they want that fat.
Wait now, it will reshaping how?
All right.
Reshaping.
Okay,
that there will be problem, you know. When you keep looking and looking and looking, your wife will just tap you, then you calm down.
All right, hope you found that helpful. Let's move to the kitchen. And of course, and Beyonce, what do you guys have for us this morning?
All right, thank you, Mike. That was quite a rigorous exercise there.
Very interesting, I must say.
All right, Beyonce, what do you have for us today?
So we're making cheesy chicken sandwich.
Cheesy chicken sandwich.
And I know it doesn't sound like much, but when we start making it, you'll be like, okay, this is a lot of processes involved.
Okay.
We're making use of mozzarella and cheddar cheese. We're making use of butter. We're making use of bell peppers and onions. Okay. We're making use of course, bread, white loaf. We're making use of lettuce, tomatoes, habanero. Then these are the condiments: black pepper, Italian seasoning, and adobo.
You know, this just reminds me of when I used to have. This just reminds me of when I used to have local sandwich with agege bread.
Okay.
And then I'll go get eggs, and then I'll fry it up, and then I'll have suya. But I always have it at night.
We had that.
Yes.
Oh, that was like a staple in university, like suya and
eggs
with bread.
And with your bread.
You just put. In fact, that was like so wonderful. Or we add noodles and suya.
Yeah.
That was that like
nice,
the staple.
right.
But this is like a reminder of, okay, yes, we can do it the classy way.
Classy way, right. Okay.
So our chicken breast is not here because we're defrosting it.
Okay.
Yes, so obviously we would introduce everything again as the time goes by. Basically what we are doing is we are going to be pan-searing our chicken breast.
What's pan-searing, please? People need to know what that means.
When you use a little bit of what you should is what is searing. Searing
okay,
is
what is searing?
Yes, it's a process whereby you brown the outside and leaving the inside tender. But with chicken, you have to cook it through because cooking, there's nothing like medium rare or medium well in chicken. You have to cook it through. Unlike steak, whereby you can make a medium rare or well done. Okay. So we are cooking it, we're pan-searing it. The outside is is
golden.
Yes, it's golden brown. You know, and the inside is very tender and juicy. We have to be careful not to overcook the chicken because chicken can easily dry out. So the pancering process, just use a little bit of olive oil.
Well, we'll have to see that process later.
Yeah, definitely
on, right?
would. Just use a bit of olive oil, season your chicken, and just put it on the heat. Make sure your pan is hot. If it's not hot, it's going to defeat the purpose of you getting the brown coat. So pancer it and let it cook.
For those of us that do not like to fry things, what do you intend to do with the bell peppers and the onions?
And the habanero, yes.
And the and tomatoes.
The tomatoes will go in as a vegetable. Tomatoes and lettuce will go in. But what we're doing with the bell peppers is we're going to saute them. So we're cooking it down because I don't want it to taste too crunchy because at the end of the day, we're going to crunch up the bread. We're going to. Oh
yes, you're going to crunch up the bread.
Yes, yes. Okay. So we don't want it too crunchy and all, and it tastes. Bell peppers taste sweeter when they are cooked down. So we are going to saute it with onions. So they'll provide the sweet balance to the food. Meanwhile, I forgot to add, we are adding our cocktail sauce. Cocktail sauce is made of ketchup and mayo. So
cocktail sauce.
Yes.
Okay.
So there's a lot going in this
ketchup.
cheesy chicken. Yes.
That's all?
Yes.
Nothing? You're not going to add anything to it?
No, just mayonnaise and ketchup. Just mix it together, and that is like the sauce, you know, so it's like the vehicle, you know, to make it
dries, or it's...
Yes. So yes,
it just adds more taste to the sandwich? Or
yes,
what?
it does add more taste to the sandwich, and you need like a sauce. Most of the time you see when we cook and there's always a sauce or something, it's like just to make the food go through, like, you know, you just can't. Sometimes you add stew to your jollof rice.
Yes.
You know, it's just like a conveyor. Just.
But how do you know I add stew to my jollof rice?
It's apparent. It's written all over the face.
Okay, so I'm pretty anxious. I'm pretty, anxious about how this turns up. So I think we should check out our chicken first. Be sure that
our chicken is still
defrosted?
Yes, no, it's not yet defrosted. So what we do first is we want to, let's put this here.
Okay.
We want to cut our bell peppers. Yes. Try as much as possible to avoid the seeds. Take out the seeds. Balance it up so you can cut it well. I don't know. Do you like bell peppers? And bell peppers, I like the fact that they're colorful. You can always add them to.
Well, I haven't really tried this one. I always use the green ones.
The green ones?
Yeah.
I like the yellow ones because of the color.
All right.
The green one, sometimes they just look green. And everything on this, it's like color coded and all. We have the tomatoes, which are red, the lettuce, which are green. The bell peppers, they are yellow.
Yeah, so that's a combination, rainbow colors.
As in a lot of colors going into what you're eating. And
right.
yes, we have our cheese and mozzarella and cheddar cheese. That's why it's a cheesy chicken sandwich.
All right. Okay, whilst Beyonce is prepping up for our cheesy sandwich, we go over to Yomi and Praise for as they discuss how you can understand your child's behavior. But first, let's take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back.